Hello, Professor and class. Today our group will be presenting our Profiles in Leadership project. For this assignment, each member of our group interviewed a different leader using the same 6 interview questions. We then compared their responses to identify common leadership qualities, values, and servant leadership characteristics. Although each leader came from a different walk in life as well as background, we found many similarities in how they approach leadership and serving others. Each member interviewed a different leader from their own professional network. The leaders represented a variety of professions and organizations, which gave us several different perspectives on leadership. Through these interviews, we will be able to compare how leaders build trust, make decisions, and develop their teams, as well as serve their communities. I interviewed Sean Eckley, a dive safety officer for the Aquarium of the Pacific. Uh, Nadia interviewed America Correa. Zachary interviewed someone. And then Deanne interviewed Michael Stevens, vice president. And then Stephanie Burnsome interviewed Sergeant Garen Burnside. One of the biggest themes we found across the interviews were that effective leadership and leaders share the same and many qualities. Our leaders talked about the importance of humility, community, empathy, and accountability. They believed that the leaders should be led by example, communicate honesty, and put their needs for their team first. These qualities closely reflect the principles of the servant leadership that we studied throughout this course.
Common values are trust, respect, service, teamwork, and integrity leading by example. These are some of the values that we believe are essential in servant leadership. Trust is the foundation of any strong relationship because it helps people feel safe and confident when working together. Respect means valuing everyone's ideas and treating others with kindness and fairness. Service reminds us that leadership is about helping others succeed instead of focusing only on ourselves. Teamwork is important because we accomplish more when we support one another and work toward the same goal. And integrity means being honest and making ethical decisions even when no one is watching. Finally, leading by example inspires others to demonstrate these same values in their own actions. Building trust. It's open communication, listening, consistency, honesty, leading by example, and supporting employees. Building trust is one of the most important parts of servant leadership. Leaders earn trust by communicating openly and making sure employees feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and concerns. They also build trust by listening carefully and showing that every person's opinions matters. Consistency is important because people are more confident when leaders keep their promises and treat everyone fairly. Honesty helps create transparency and stronger relationship within the team. Leading by example encourage others to follow positive behaviors instead of simply being told what to do. And finally, supporting employees taught guidance, encouragement, and opportunities to grow help create a workplace where um, people feel valued, respected, and motivated to succeed.
Today, I want to highlight the core leadership lessons shared across all the leaders we interviewed. Even though they come from very different fields military, healthcare, diving operations, corporate leadership they emphasize several common themes. First, learning from mistakes stood out. Each leader acknowledged that being wrong is part of leadership, whether it was Staff Sergeant Burnside realizing rank doesn't make you right, or Stevens learning to slow down and listen. Mistakes become opportunities for growth rather than setbacks. Another major lesson was delegation. America talked about how she used to take on everything herself, but learned she needed to trust her team. Delegating isn't just about reducing workload, it builds confidence, strengthens teamwork, and prevents burnout. Communication was also a shared priority. Sean emphasized clear communication to maintain safety, while others highlighted listening is just as important as speaking. Effective communication helps leaders set expectations, build trust, and create a supportive environment. Several leaderships mentioned patience within themselves, with their teams, and with the learning process. Stevens noted that patience helped him respond more thoughtfully, and America found that patience improved teamwork and decision making under pressure. Finally, all leaders talked about balancing people and results. They recognized that strong leadership isn't only about achieving goals, it's about supporting people while doing it, whether through empathy, individualized motivation, or leading by example. They strive to meet objectives without losing sight of the human side of leadership. Together, these lessons show that effective leadership is a continuous process of learning, adapting, and growing, both personally and with the team. When we look across all the leaders interviewed, one of the strongest themes that emerges is their impact on the communities they serve. Even though each leader works in a different field, they all contribute in a meaningful way that extends beyond their day to day responsibilities. Many of them emphasize the importance of volunteering, giving their time, skills, and support to help others, whether it's through service oriented roles, supporting team members, or stepping in during critical moments. Volunteering reflects their commitment to something bigger than themselves. Mentoring plays a major role in their community impact. These leaders invest in developing others, sharing their expectations and their experiences, and guiding through challenges. By mentoring, they help build confidence, strengthen teams, and prepare the next generation of leaders. Education is another key area. Several leaders focus on teaching, training, and building knowledge, whether it's developing safe divers, educating patients, or coaching soldiers. Their dedication to education helps create safer, more informed, and more capable communities. They also contribute through community outreach, connecting with people, building relationships, and creating supportive environments. This outreach helps foster trust, communication, and a sense of belonging, especially in a high stress or unpredictable setting. Finally, some of the leaders demonstrate environmental stewardship, especially those working in a marine or a field operation. Their commitment to protecting natural resources, promoting safe practices, benefits both their teams and the broader environment. Together, those Together, those efforts show that leadership isn't just about managing people, it's about uplifting communities through volunteering, mentoring, education, outreach, and stewardship. Each leader creates a positive and lasting impact.
So we have human flourishing, that side of success, purpose, meaning happiness, employee growth, and a positive workplace culture. Human flourishing in leadership is about helping people thrive. It goes beyond merely achieving successful results to creating a work environment where employees can grow and find fulfillment. When individuals understand the purpose behind their work, they feel more motivated and engaged. Happiness also plays a key role. A positive mindset contributes to better performance and a stronger relationship. Employee growth occurs when leaders foster learning, development, and opportunities for advancement. A positive workplace culture emerges when respect, trust, and support are present in the everyday interactions. Ultimately, human flourishing entails balancing success with well being, ensuring that people feel valued, supported, and inspired to reach their full potentials personally and professionally. The next slide that I have was slide 9, and it's about what we learned. During this PowerPoint presentation, we really had to collaborate as a group, and so we learned that leadership is about serving others, and trust takes time. And we also learned that good leaders always continue learning no matter what, and how to stay resilient. So leadership is primarily about serving others and putting their needs first. For this, it's essential to understand that trust is not built overnight. Trust takes a while. It takes consistency. It takes honesty, and good leaders recognize that learning never ends. So they're constantly seeking to improve their skills and grow personally and professionally. Resilience is also key. Leaders must remain steadfast and positive in the face of challenges, and these principles help foster a form of leadership that is solid, humane, and service oriented.
After interviewing Christina Carey, a few key themes really stood out. First, leaders develop people by being patient, leading by example, and allowing others to grow. Second, our personal values directly influence the decisions we make as leaders. Christina emphasized that her Christian faith guides how she serves and cares for others. We also saw how servant leadership builds stronger teams by focusing on relationships, trust, and helping others succeed. She showed that coaching and mentoring are much more effective than simply criticizing people because growth happens through guidance and support. In conclusion, every leader we interviewed had a unique leadership journey, but they all shared common values like trust, communication, and building strong relationships. Christina's interview reinforced that servant leadership strengthens both individuals and organizations by investing in people first. Overall, this project showed that effective leadership is about serving others, developing future leaders, and applying these principles in our own leadership roles.